What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Quicksand tapping in for episode 24 of Mindset Monday, and today we're going to talk about 3 lessons that I've learned so far from being a basketball coach. But before we get into it, the one thing that I do ask of you is that if you find any type of value in the context of this video, that you share with someone who can also benefit. I post a mindset video every Monday, so subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss another drop. Tap out. Alright, let's get right into it. So the 3 lessons that I've learned. The first one, let's get right into it. The 3 lessons that I've learned, I'm going to name them first, then I'm going to break them down. So the first one is the importance of accountability. The second one is the importance of communication. And then the third is how important it is to detach from the results. So if we're talking about the first one and being accountable, there's 3 people accountable for you when you're in the basketball gym, specifically with me. And the first one is yourself. You are accountable for yourself first and foremost, no matter what, right? You're accountable for showing up, letting your parents know, hey, I have practice at 5 p.m. I need to be there. And then showing up, bringing all your equipment, your shoes, your basketball, everything you need to bring. You are accountable for that, okay? You're accountable to have great energy when you come in. I know you've probably had a long day from practice, but it's important for you to get into the gym and tap into that mindset of, okay, look, I need to get better today, okay? So that's number 1. The first person is you. The second person accountable for you is your teammates, your peers, right? So we're building a culture amongst the kids or amongst the teams or whoever is on your team, right? So if you know that, for example, little Johnny comes in, right, and his teammates realize that he didn't bring his basketball. Okay, well, as a teammate, I'm gonna help him out. Like, we're doing some dribbling drills. Johnny, you can use my basketball and we can work in, that way, right? So that way everyone's still getting the work in and we're making up for the fact that Johnny forgot his basketball. Okay, so we're accountable for our teammates, being there, right? So if your teammates are gonna miss practice, or that there's a possibility that they are gonna skip practice, shoot them a text. Yo, Johnny, what's up, man? Like, if you need a ride, I got you. Or, have the parents connect in a certain way. There's small things that you can do as a teammate to be able to make sure that your players and your teammates are showing up to practice, showing up to the games, and everyone's accountable, okay? The third person that's accountable for you is the coaches, right? So the last person you want to be able to tell you and to set you straight is the coach, okay? So take accountability first for yourself, your teammates take accountability for you, and then the coaches. All right, so that's the first lesson that I've learned. The second lesson that I've learned through coaching is through communication, so the importance of it on both ends. So as a coach, it's important for me and all the other coaches to communicate properly with our players, to let them know exactly what it is we're going to be doing today in practice, what we expect out of them as far as their energy, their hustle, and their focus, right? So say we're working on, say it's a Thursday and we have tournaments on Saturday and Sunday. We're more likely going to be working on plays, okay? All the inbound plays, all the plays for, offensive sets for like a man defense. If they're running a zone, we got to know what offense to be able to run to that. So everyone needs to be there and responsible in communicating. If you don't understand a certain role that you're in, on the offense, I can communicate with you and let you know exactly what it is. But as a player, it's your responsibility, to be like, hey coach, like I'm lost and I don't understand exactly where I should be or how I should set the screen or how you want me to roll off of that curl, right? So there's a two-way street on that, from coach to player and then player to coach, but also amongst the people who are accountable for you. So if you see that your teammate is confused and lost, you are accountable for helping them to get to that spot and communicating with them. Hey, look, you're not curling tight enough off of that screen. You're allowing the defender to slip through and he's still on you. Run that defender off of the screen, shoulder to shoulder, so that way they're not able to get through, right? So again, that communication can be happening from player to player. That may be too advanced of like vocab, but we're thinking like 9 and 10-year-olds. They can easily just say, hey, look, just come tighter off of the screen. Make sure you're curling right. So there's a lot of small details, but communication for sure, right? Communicating with the parents and letting them know, hey, look, we have practice at 5 p.m. You can't be late. You know, you have to pick them up at 6 p.m. You can't be late, right? So communicating on all levels, on all angles is extremely important. But also too, communicating when you're in a tournament, in a real game, you know, when the action is live and, you know, the pressure is on and it's, you know, the fourth quarter and there's 2 minutes left and everyone's yelling, everyone's screaming. You have to be able to communicate properly with your team on exactly what you want them to do. So your words have to be precise, have to be specific, and you have to have a certain tone in your voice that let them know exactly where. You look them in the eyes and say, look, you need to be on the block, you need to be on the elbow, and then you have to set him a screen. All these things are happening all at once, but these are lessons that I'm learning. So the first one was accountability, the second one is communication. The third one is detaching from the results, meaning I'm not too focused on wins and losses. If we win, we talk about it and we speak about what we did correctly and how we can roll that over to the next tournament or the next game. If we lose, I'm looking at, okay, we lost. Was it our effort? Was it our energy? No. Okay, so the other team was just really good and we matched their energy. Did they run their play sets better than us? Were we getting into our offensive play sets? Were we turning the ball over? Like, we're looking at things that we can make adjustments on so that way we can fix it for the next outing, right? So we're looking at not getting too worked up on a loss, but also not praising the wins to where like that's the only win we're gonna get. No, we're continuing to get better and we're gonna get another win. But it's a matter of not being too focused on one or the other. Because when you get too high on a win and then you have a game in another hour, you can easily go into that game and be lackluster and have like half energy because you've already had a good game in the first time, you know, first outing out. Then you play another team who's more hungry, who just came off of a loss, and then you get your ass kicked, right? And I can bleep that out. And that's the last thing you want. Your goal is to, you know, if you win by big numbers and then your next game is in another hour, your goal is to be able to take that momentum to the next game and play just as equally as good as you did in the last one. Or if you did bad and you guys didn't play well as a team, okay, what can we do on the next game that can, you know, get us to a better position, right? Can we have all our players step up and communicate? Can we, you know, run the press break properly and get to the right spots, right? So all these things are going a long way, but not being too attached to the wins or the losses. These things are important for me as a coach and as a person to understand because it translates to real life, but also for the players to know that we're not too worked up on wins or losses. We are getting better and improving on a daily basis. So those are the three lessons that I've learned. The first one being accountability, the second one being communicating, and then the third one not being too attached to wins and losses. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I love coaching. I coach for a travel ball team up in PV. It's the PV Breakers. Coach Frank has, you know, put me on, and man, I'm just extremely grateful and appreciative of the opportunity. I love what I'm doing. I love all the kids from all the age levels. Carvis, Len, Kevin, Jackson. We have Ethan on the 7th grade team. We have Porter. We have Alex. We have, man, there's so many names. We have, on the 8th graders, we have Yugi and we have Nathan. We have Riley. We have a bunch of hoopers, people who really are passionate about the game. I'm passionate about teaching it. They're passionate about learning, and it's a great environment. Shout out to Coach Frank. Shout out to the Breakers. Shout out to everyone watching this video. I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned for next episode 25. That'll be next Monday. And that's all I got for you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and drop this video to someone else who you know can also benefit. I appreciate you all. Tapping out.